move on to race number 6, Jackson County Commissioner District number 2, with Mr. Hardy, the incumbent, versus the challenger, Mr. Jackson. And we will, both gentlemen, I guess, are in the room.
All he said is,
We will start with incumbent Mr. Hardy with his opening statements. Once again, opening statements, 2 minutes, answers to questions, 2.5 minutes. If you have a rebuttal, that'll be a 30 seconds. So appreciate you staying within those time constraints. Mr. Hardy.
Yes, my name is Chas Hardy. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight. I want to thank the Chamber for offering this opportunity for all the candidates to get out there to be seen and heard during this time. Being, what we're going through now, it's often difficult to be able to get out and see the people we need to see because of the risk that happens. And I just want to thank them again for doing that. I've been happily married to my wife, Sabrina, for 25 years. We have 2 children, Anna Caroline and Lambden. And Anna Caroline's my daughter. She is a senior at the University of Georgia. My son is a junior now at Commerce High School. We're all active members of First Baptist Church of Commerce, and I'm a lifelong resident of Commerce in Jackson County. Before serving the last 11.5 years as Jackson County Commissioner in District 2, I spent 4 years on the Jackson County Industrial Development Authority. In 2016, I retired from the Commerce Fire Department after 23 years of service. I retired at the rank of captain. I'm a 2000 graduate of the Leadership Jackson, and I served 10 years on the board of directors of the Boys and Girls Club of Jackson County, which I'm awful proud of. I was on the original founding board in the very beginning when we started looking to bring the Boys and Girls Club of Jackson County to Jackson County. I'm currently employed by the Commerce City Schools as a teacher, as a varsity football assistant coach, and the head track coach. I was, before I became employed by the Commerce School System, I was a small business owner in the downtown Commerce area. I owned a commercial printing business. I had the opportunity to work downtown and interact with the wonderful people in downtown Commerce and do business with them as well as they did business with us. I was raised to believe that you serve your community and not vice versa. I've tried to spend my entire adult life helping to make Jackson County a great place to live and work, and my hopes are to continue that by serving as your District 2 Commissioner.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Now, Mr. Jackson, your opening statement, please.
Hello, group. My name is Broderick Jackson. I wanted to thank the Chamber for giving me this opportunity to get in this meeting. I was ecstatic once I got that email. I'm a resident of Maysville, Georgia. District 2, I've been here for almost 2 years now. I'm from Hartwell, Georgia. That's my hometown. I left the comfort of Hartwell 2.5 years ago to come to Jackson County. Jackson County, it connected with me, and I like being here. So if some people consider me an outsider, but I planted some roots here, and I gave my children a county that would love them back. My oldest son goes to Jefferson High School. My middle son goes to Jefferson Middle School, and my 2 younger ones go to Jefferson Elementary. I'm a common sense guy. I'm a police officer here. I've been in public safety for 13 years of my life. There's nothing like it. The reward that I get from helping people. My sister tells me all the time, she's a therapist, and she tells me all the time that I have a savior complex. Yes, I like helping people. I like saving people. And that's the reason I got into this race, because I like helping people. I like being there for people. Even if you hate my guts, I'm still there for you. That's just the way I was raised. I had a God-fearing grandmother who just put me in my place all the time, even though that people who didn't deserve it, they still got my compassion and my love for what I do. I'm a family man. My wife, Jaren, who's right here beside me, kicking me, telling me, hey, you're running out of time. I'm a hostage negotiator. I'm also a field training officer here in Jefferson. I look forward to interacting with everyone, and I look forward to serving you when I'm elected and giving you the opportunity to speak to me.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. We'll keep it with you for question number 1. Growth has come to Jackson County, commercial, industrial, and residential. What is your philosophy toward growth, and what tools will you use to manage it?
The tools that we have the tools at our disposal right now. The board has plenty of tools to use that they could help people to come here. They can expand businesses. They can reach out to people and say, hey, you know. And let me tell y'all one thing. Part of the hostage negotiation is working out deals, pretty much. Hostage negotiation was developed by bargaining principles from labor negotiations. So I will put that to good usage to get businesses to come here, get businesses to stay here. But one thing we need to focus on is our small businesses. They are our people. They are people who actually work for a living. Then this COVID-19 thing, we could have done more for our small businesses. As my colleague Jamie said, some counties were giving incentives and loans and helping our small businesses stay afloat. We could have done that, but I don't think that it was even negotiated or even talked about. That I think we just sat on our hands and we led from behind. And as far as the growth, we have to prepare for it. That's one thing that being a police officer and going into bad guys' houses, you have to prepare for what else. And I think we need to be more community oriented and self-righteous. How about that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. Now, Mr. Hardy, same question to you. Growth has come to Jackson County, commercial, industrial, and residential. What is your philosophy toward growth, and what tools would you use to manage it?
Growth has definitely come to Jackson County, and it's come fast. One of the main tools that we use here in Jackson County to manage growth is our comprehensive plan. We've just completed our comprehensive plan here just recently. We're required by the state to do this every 10 years. And what it is, it's a document, and it's a living document that we sit down and we take input from all the citizens of Jackson County, all the stakeholders involved, all the communities, and we ask everybody, what do you want? What do you want from your community? You know, what do you want to see where you want to be in 10 years? And what we do is we take all that input and we develop this document, and then we come up with a living, breathing thing for us to wrap our hands around so we can see where we want to be and how we're going to control our growth. All this comes from the input from the citizens. It's our job as elected officials now is to maintain the integrity of that document and follow the guidelines set forth by the citizens. The citizens have told us what they want. The municipalities have told us what they want. So it's our job to make sure that we do those things, and we're held accountable to those. As far as what we're going to do about growth in Jackson County, we have to embrace the growth, because if we don't, it's going to overrun us. If we try to slow it down by putting our head in the sand, it is going to be more than we ever, it'll be what they're saying. I don't want to be another Gwinnett County. Okay. We've got to demand quality growth. We got to demand quality development. Okay. And it's smart growth. We've got to focus our growth on our corridors and keep everything where we can have that particular rural aspect of Jackson County protected. If we provide the infrastructure to the places where we want the growth to grow, we're going to be protected. Okay, if we allow other people to come in and dictate to us how we're going to grow, then that's going to be our mistake. And what I feel like that we've done a pretty good job so far over the last course of the 10 years is maintain that integrity of Jackson County. That's why these people are moving to Jackson County, because it's a wonderful place to live, play, and work. And as an elected official, that's what I would do, was to make sure that we maintain that tool, which is the comprehensive land use plan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hardy. Any rebuttal, Mr. Jackson?
My only rebuttal is we've had all this time to do all this, and if we're listening to the public, why aren't we doing it? Our roads are horrible. Why aren't we doing it? I mean, people don't want to drive over roads. Again, I tell the story all the time. I lost my police car for 2 weeks because the road was so bad and it bent the whole front end. Why aren't we doing it? That's my only question.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. We will go to Mr. Hardy for question number 2. Tell us what challenges you see for the county's budget and what should be prioritized over the next 4 years.
Well, fortunately for Jackson County, you know, we're in a pretty good place with our budget. We just approved our budget for the fiscal year here recently, and moving forward, you know, we're able to, because of we've been very prudent in our budgeting process over the last several years. You know, we've been able to get on solid footing, and we've been able to put money in reserves. We have strong reserves. You know, we have money for cases, you know, such as the pandemic that we're experiencing now. But because as a county, and this isn't just the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, as a county whole, this is the leadership of all the municipalities, it's the chambers, the chamber leaders, it's the Industrial Development Authority. Everybody has come together to make Jackson County a financially strong county by diversifying its tax digest. Okay, and because we have such a diversified tax digest, you know, we are sitting in a very good place right now. Our sales tax have been running about 35% over the above estimates that we predicted when we started this 3.5 years ago, which is good. Our industrial base has been good for us because during this pandemic, what was once the bane of Jackson County and a lot of communities was the distribution centers. Well, guess who is providing all the livelihood for the citizens of Jackson County and the state of Georgia now is these distribution centers have been able to go uninterrupted and continue these services to the citizens of that. And because they're located here in Jackson County, our tax digest is reaping the benefits of that. What we've got to continue to do going forward is to make sure we're putting the money where it needs to go. One of the hardest things we have to do as commissioners is decide where does all the money go, because everybody wants a piece of the pie. You know, the senior citizens enjoy their senior citizen center. The young adults and their children love the parks and recreation fields. But either one of those don't necessarily intertwine with each other. One might think one should get more money than the other. Our job is to make sure that the services and the money is being spent in the proper places and that everybody is benefiting from that. We need to make sure that everybody in Jackson County is being served.